When I received this email, I just knew that I was at the lowest point of my life, you know. Mom's canceling a Wi-Fi subscription. My bank account's in the negatives. Most of my pants have holes in them, and this is where I sleep. My mom's house, it's unfinished. It's the front view. You can see, and yeah, let me go to my aunt's house. It's across the street. That's my auntie's house over there. Okay, I'm just running. Jangas. Okay, right here. Open here. Let's turn on the lights real quick. Nice. Okay, we keep walking. And yeah, this is it. This is right here. This is where I sleep. The unfinished bathroom. The house, yeah, most of the house is finished. But yeah, that's where I sleep. That's where I sleep. Me. You know. Going to the exit again. Just. If you're wondering where blankets are, though. Let me just I'm trying to fight real quick. Here they are. I put them here so I can get like some fresh air, cause you know it's a cramped room and stuff. So yeah, the lowest point of my life. Am I right? This was the front view, so let's just mirror it. Should take too long. Okay. And yeah, this is where my mom lives, you know. There it is. The back view of the house. Show the thing. And this is the front view. This is house where my mom lives, you know. It's too small, so I gotta sleep at my aunt's house, so and then finished bathroom. So yeah. You know, and like this isn't like the first time they rejected me, man. I mean, this is my third time back around, and first time I went there I was 17, and now I'm gonna be 19 soon. So I guess what's gonna happen now is that, you know, probably next year I'm gonna go to university and do a course that I don't like, you know, so I can get my mom off my back, and either A, I'm gonna drop out, or B, I'm gonna complete that course that I don't like and have a little debt to my name, and then end up working as a janitor at a club or something like that, you know. So what happens now? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna, you know, continue making these YouTube videos. You know, I gotta keep on keeping up. I gotta get on. You know, I think that's a line from a song.
Sure, got to keep on keeping up. I gotta get on.
You know, I keep making these YouTube videos, and I keep sending my friends on WhatsApp. You know, I keep on sending them links. You know, funny videos I find online, even though they never respond. It's just me sending links. You know, I'm pretty sure they're the reason why I make YouTube videos. Because even if I see maybe like a cool, you know, interesting manga or freaky manga, you know, I have no one else to talk about it with, so I just make YouTube videos because I'm, you know, when you're unemployed, you got a shit ton of time. So, you know, the enrollment where I got rejected, you know, the enrollment starts at September, and I want to make sure that before September, you know, by September, I want to have 1K subscribers, you know. So when I received the email, you know, it kind of sucked. Like, I guess third time wasn't the charm, you know. I was sad, you know, I listened to Love Sick. Listen to Ubuntu, I think that's what it's called. I listened to Tsuki. But you know, 2 hours later, hey, you gotta stay optimistic. 2 hours later, I was listening to Urban Caravan, you know. I don't know Japanese, man. You know, shit might be bad, the odds might be stacked against me, but I have 3 things: a can-do attitude, optimism that rivals Turbo himself, no, Turbo the snail, and a shit ton of Japanese music. Big shit, travel on my guy. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, you know. Gonna continue posting. You know, and some of us can say something like, you know, the real blah 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 was the friends we made along the way. Cause remember, my friends don't chat with me anymore. So, did I even make friends along the way? I guess the real friends we made along the way was me. Maybe that's why I'm so good at talking to myself. You know. You know, my life is headed the same. I feel like my life is headed the same way as that guy who made Never Spring Chronicles. You know, well, back when I was at coding boot camp. Wow, weirdly ironic, I guess. I watched a video about this guy talking about his journey when he was making a game called Never Spring Chronicles, and my life is kind of headed in this direction, to be honest. You know, he talked about how his father was discouraging him, and I commented and said, "Yo, your dad kind of reminds me of my mom." It's like I'm the black version of him, you know. So yeah, you know, like I might just say I might be a failure, but it's that I didn't do drugs, eh? Alright. What's up, everybody? It's your boy. And my video editor fucking betrayed me. So this video and another video I'm gonna upload, you know, make them at the same time or whatever. Yeah, this video is gonna be at 720p and 30 FPS because when I make a video in 180p and 60 FPS, my video editor doesn't want to save them for whatever reason, which is weird. And I went to Google for, you know, solutions. Said, well, if you want the videos to save, you gotta make them in a lower resolution. So when I make them in lower resolution, they actually save for whatever reason. So yeah, this video and another video I'm gonna upload are gonna be in a lower resolution. So yeah, skip forward in the video because I'm gonna talk about this a lot throughout the video. So okay, I'm gonna start off by saying I had another video. I had already made it, but my video editor didn't want to save the video. So yeah, it was a 23-minute long video about like an action manga called Hero Organization or whatever. So
hi, this is me when I was editing, and I just noticed like it took me 2 months and a lot of effort to make that video, and it doesn't want to save, but it took me like, I don't know, man, I think 5 days, because you know, I read that manga on Monday at like 12 at night, and I made this video like from Monday up until now, Friday. So it took me like 5 days and like minimum effort to make this video, and here we are, it works. But that other video doesn't work, even though I spent a lot of time and effort on it. So life's a bitch, I guess. I don't know.
Since it didn't want to save, I had to scrap that idea, and because, you know, my mom was gonna cancel our Wi-Fi subscription. Even if I did make the video, I might have not been able to upload it because I have to buy my own data or whatever. So yeah, after scrapping that idea, I'm back again with a freaky manga. It's freaky time! Ding 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 ding! In the right corner we have a freaky black nigger!
What are all these boos for? Because you're black!
And in the left corner we have a freaky Japanese manga.
Good day for us. Well done. Now go.
Okay, this manga is called Cobra Mention of Terror. So it only has like 3 comments on it, and 2 of those comments say terror from God, like seriously. And it's a one-shot. If you don't know what a one-shot is, it's just like one chapter, like chapter 0 of a manga, and then you show it to a publisher. If the publisher likes that manga, it's gonna be put into serialization. It's gonna have more chapters, you know, like chapter 1, 2, 3. So yeah, pretty much all the popular mangas, you know, Dandadan, Dragon Ball, whatever, all of them are one-shots at a time, and then, you know, yeah, they show them to the publisher and say, okay, this shit's cool, we can serialize it. So it's a one-shot, and I have to say, thank God it's a one-shot, man, because I don't know I don't know who the one more of this bullshit, nigga. Okay, let me just start. So we see on the first page, we see a small child saying that his parents are dead, and now he's gonna move into his uncle's house. Okay. First of all, I don't think small child, dead parents, and uncle should be in the same sentence, if you know what I mean. I know you know what I mean, nigga. And it looks like he found the right address or whatever, and turns out, bro hit the big time cause his uncle is in a fucking mansion. Let's go, nigga. Even if the parents didn't leave behind any inheritance, looks like God's plan prevailed cause he's gonna live in a mansion. Let's fucking go. Nah, remember, for real, this mansion looks like it has seen a lot of Diddy parties. Then the kid rings the doorbell, and then we see his uncle coming up to the door like, man, what the fuck, I didn't even pay child support for my own child.
Because you're black!
I gotta take care of a child that's not even mine. And then the kid rings the doorbell, bro opens the door, and then he sees the kid and he fucking folds immediately and says, you know what, maybe being an uncle isn't so bad. And the kid just says, please take care of me. Isn't that suspicious? I thought he didn't want any kid, huh? Well, what's going on now? Why is he accepting the child now? And then, he gives him a tour around the house, shows him to his room, and then he points to one specific room in the house and says, you know what, you should never enter that room in your life. And, the kid being a kid is fucking curious, like, well, what's inside of that room? And in the next page, oh my god, bro's thinking about that. Bro, nah. Bro's thinking about his nephew while gooning in a room full of snakes. What the fuck, nigga? I guess I was right about God's plan, cause this nigga is Drake. And then he says, I have a plan to make you mine. And nowhere in the manga, nowhere in the page, anywhere in the manga where they said, all the characters here are over the age of 18. So it's safe to assume that this kid is a literal kid. Is like maybe like 8 or 7 or something. So that's some freaky ass shit, nigga. And days go by and they're having dinner, and it turns out his uncle has a maid or whatever. It's not important. But they're having dinner, and then dude is just wondering, like, what the fuck, man? My uncle sneaks into that room every night. I don't know what he's doing there, man. Like, I'm getting very curious. And then after dinner, he talks to the maid, and the maid tells him about something about giving into the Cobra sense. I don't know what the Cobra sense is. Is it important? Remember that this manga is a one-shot, so it's supposed to be serialized. So maybe in next upcoming chapters they would have explained what Cobra sense is, or maybe it's something that was lost in translation. Probably there's nothing called Cobra sense. It's just a normal conversation, and the translators got confused because Japanese. And later on, his uncle goes into the room and he too sneaks into this snake goon cave, and then some snakes fall on his head. Then he happens to interrupt his uncle's goon sesh.
Once upon a time we were gooning in a cave.
And then the snake falls next to our main character's area. Wink wink. Then his uncle proceeds to take off his pants and said, hey yo, the cobra bit you. The cobra did not bite him. But anyway, his uncle takes off his pants and says, yo, the cobra bit you, and then I have to suck out the poison, and he proceeds to
suck a nigga dick. 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 Suck a nigga dick.
And after the whole after mayonnaise sprays everywhere, his uncle says, hey yo, you know what, the snake bit me too not so long ago, so can you please help remove the poison from me? Oh my god, this is someone's childhood right here, I'm telling you. And then the child fails to use his mouth, and then he lifts him, and then he proceeds to
Did you pray today? Did you pray today?
the gay manga artists, man.
Something's in my ass.
The gay manga artists, they visit me at night, and they're with me right now. They're telling me to read gay manga.
3-terabyte video collection of huge, gay, muscular black men shaking their dumpy trumpies on all channels.
Look into my eyes, you perverted witch!
That whole thing happens, and after they bust, he says, hey yo, thank you uncle for oh my god, Jesus, I'm not laughing, for saving me from the snake's venom, yada yada. And then the next day, I think he told the maid about this whole event, and then the maid looks at the guy's uncle and says, hey yo, what the fuck, man, the snakes here had their fangs and their poison removed, meaning that happened, that's it. That's the end of the manga. It's like 14 pages long, and it was one shot, meaning this motherfucker wanted it to get more chapters. Thank God the publishers just looked at him and like, man, come on, what the fuck kind of bullshit is this that you have? Come on, man. So you want us to take your manga and publish it to normal people out there? Bruh, this is literal child molestation here. What the fuck? So yeah, thank God it didn't get serialized, and I mean, this is the kind of shit that women these days be reading, and then they tell you things like, yeah, this is romance. Like, no, nigga, this isn't romance, man. This is horror. This isn't romance. This is serial killer kidnaps me, beats me half to death, and has his way with me, man. Like, seriously, you're gonna judge me for gooning, with pictures? For gooning using pictures of Judy Hopps and R34? I mean, she's fine as hell, man.
Is this nigga serious?
Moral of the story, don't trust your uncle, man. Don't trust your uncle.
Of course, feel like BBL.
You know, unless if he's Chinese, cause you know Chinese uncle going to organized crime, they come in clutch, dude. I mean, Sleeping Dogs wasn't really his uncle, but still. GTA Chinatown Wars, Avatar, The Last Airbender, Ajin, dude. If your uncle is Chinese and is into organized crime, man, you gotta trust that nigga.
I'll bitch slap you back to Africa.
But if your uncle is single,
But I think it's important for me to say that I am hella gay.
obsessed with makes, and worst of all, rich and single, don't trust him. No uncle is rich and single, okay?
Jill is already filing for a divorce.
Don't trust your uncle if he's rich and single. That's the moral of the story, yeah. Yeah. And I hope that the author of this manga dies a very horrible death, and whatever.
Willy Wigger, kill that nigga!
Oh yeah, and I have a confession. While reading this manga, I was hard.
Nigga, what?
It wasn't because of the manga, okay? It was something I saw before reading the manga, okay? I promise, like 100%, trust me, man. And you know, due to the extra freakiness in this video, I'm just gonna switch my normal outro music for this freaky outro music right here.
You're playing Minecraft in a cave looking for diamonds. That's funny, I'm in the same cave looking for miners. Cause my sexual attraction to miners is major. Can't even play hopscotch without popping a rager. Always been a pervert, so I accept the insults. When I was a kid, I fucking molested adults.